We're going to do all the characters. Once we get past 12 days of Xantanimus, we'll get to your favorite Thangarians.
Yeah, 12 days of D-Man mess. Here we go again. It is time for the second part of the beer-fueled holiday comic book sing-along with Comic Books and Cold Ones. This is the second part of the 12 days of Hawkeye-mas. If you listened to the first one, thanks, and thanks for joining in for the second one. I am KMac, as always, and I am joined by the illustrious founding member of the Yek Coast Avengers. It's Yek, of course.
Hey, how's it going, KMac? Your holiday season still going well?
It's still going well, yeah. Doing good.
Any snow yet in Florida?
Not yet. Today it's 83 fucking degrees outside. It's like summer. It's just too much. It's too much. We'd just like a little bit of cool weather every once in a while. Not happening.
Well, the hint of chill is here in the air, which makes it my favorite time of year to, sing my favorite carols, such as Bobby Morris roasting on an open Mephisto.
Ooh.
Bowstrings twinging between your fingertips. So, we're talking about, we're continuing the next 6 days of Hawkeye-Mas here on your favorite show about comic books and beer. And as always, if you would like this show, like us wherever you listen to your podcast with 5 stars and all that, and give us good reviews, or send us an email to cbcopodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter at cbco_podcast, or like all the pictures we're going to post on Hawkeye for each day of Hawkeye-Mas at comic books and cold ones _cold ones on Instagram.
Very good.
To that effect. Yeah.
It's just something. Just search us. You'll find it. It's easy.
But
you kids know how to do that.
But we're carrying along with more. And do we have any shout outs for this episode, KMac?
Like I mentioned last episode, we like to shout out to downloads and listens we see from different cities in the United States or different countries. We're going to do a double shout out to the state of Colorado today, because the last 2 episodes we had a download from a town called Grand Junction in Colorado and another town called Silt in Colorado.
Those are both on the western slope, my friend. And yeah. I have been to Grand Junction for the job I'm in, having to fly in on a little puddle jumper out of Denver, shakily landing in the beautiful, beautiful town of Grand Junction on the western slope.
So did you download the show from there?
I was not the person that downloaded the show from there, but it is home of the Colorado Monument, the federal, and for some of the work I have done in the past, and it is a beautiful part of the world, and it's Colorado wine country. If you did not know, they had Colorado wine country, and that is Colorado's wine country.
Interesting. I used to live in Colorado. I don't know if you know that, but when I was 6 months to 1 year old, I lived in Colorado for a short period of time.
That was in your mountain man days, if I remember.
It was mountain baby days.
When you were trapping things and living off the land and fighting for your survival and your westward expansion of the KMac family.
Yeah.
From 6 to 1.
Yep. And then visited there a couple of years ago too. I think we were in Colorado Springs. We went to Garden of the Gods, went up to Rocky Mountain National Park. Super nice area.
That's on the Front Range side. So there's 3 parts of Colorado, there's the Front Range, which is everything on the eastern side of the mountains, the mountains, and then the western slope, everything on the back side, basically.
Okay. And Grand Junction and Silt are on that side.
Yeah. They're Grand Junction is right at the base, and it's named for, guess what?
Where trains met.
Yeah. Grand Junction. Ding, 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 ding.
There we go.
Trivia question of the day. Way to go.
Bit on trivia. My trivia is outstanding these last couple of episodes, I must say. Like I'm really proud of myself, and listeners, if you're proud of me, then you should send something saying so. Say how I'm so much better at trivia than Yek. He likes to hear that sort of thing.
Always do. But we're going to get a test of more of that trivia today as we break down again the next 6 days, so 7 through 12 of Hawkeye-Mas. So you have your caroling ready for your time. You gather the family around to show them all the trick arrows you got them for Christmas, and you regale them with tales of how you won the Kree Squirrel War when you were in your youth. But we will get to try some more trivia. But as always, the rules of this is we will be, using things from Hawkeye and the Marvel Comics and Marvel comic movies and animation to line up with the Christmas Carol, 12 Days of Christmas. We've already done the first 6 days. I'll go off this in a second. But first, we need some beers to drink while we sing along, because it's a time for cheer and a time for mirth and a time to get loaded with your family.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So you want me to go first?
Yes.
Having my bro t-shirt, right? And my beer for this episode. And again, I live in Florida, so we have certain kinds of beers here, and they're not usually beers for those cold winters. They're usually just regular beer. So my beer for this episode is from Big Storm Brewing. I've had a bunch from Big Storm Brewing at that Oktoberfest this October, and a few others here and there. But this is the Bromosa.
Nice.
Nice, right? It is a tangerine IPA coming in at 7% ABV, and it is, according to the description, a dry hop juicy IPA with a name that makes it socially acceptable to drink in the morning or any time of day. So I think we would agree with that here on Comic Books and Cold Ones. It has a strong punch of tangerine flavor and a dry hop finish. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I like the name. It pairs well for all the bros and the tracksuit mafia folks out there listening. So check it out if you can, and let you know how it tastes in a little bit.
Is it as juicy as Hawkeye's D Arrow?
I don't know. I hope to never find out.
we hope never to find out. So, well, that sounds like a good way to be drinking along. And if you remember from our last episode, I went with a Christmas beer made from some people in Belgium that are famous for putting gnomes on their beers and things like that. And I alluded to the fact that I think Hawkeye is the gnome of the Avengers, just like Nightcrawler is the elf of the X-Men. And to continue that theme,
what you got?
I got another beer called Gnome for the Holidays.
Ooh.
Which is a saison made by the people of Silver Branch Brewing out of Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay. We've had some from them before.
Yes, and also with gnomes on it. And I believe they did take their inspiration when they opened their brewery from Brasserie de Chouf, because they do have a number of gnome-themed beers, and they are known for their Belgian styles. And I believe that's the reason why they went with it. And the little gimmick on the back says here, this is a saison. So the gnomes love the holidays, just like we read about in Belgium. The holidays and have long been frustrated that elves are seen as the official holiday diminutive being. It's bullshit, right? But they don't let it get to them down. Instead, they celebrate with this strong holiday saison. Grab one for your own holiday celebrations and to sing along to Hawkeye-Mas. This comes in at 7.6% alcohol, and it comes in a can with some pretty gnomes on it carrying gifts, and it is going to be good, I think. And it's going to be festive, and it's going to be like elves are dancing in my mouth, or gnomes are dancing in my mouth. Fuck those elves.
No D arrows dancing in your mouth.
No, hopefully not.
All right, and again, this episode I'm using my glass from 3 Stars Brewing because it is the perfect beer glass. Ooh, I poured way too much head on mine this time.
Just like the D arrow got to.
Just like that D arrow, yeah. Oh,
so this one's this saison pours out a strawy golden color, so not as dark as the Chouf saison. They're strong, but it's only 7.6, but still pretty strong for a beer that's going to be served in the 6-pack that you can get.
Oh wow, citrusy, lots of tangerine. Wow. Woo.
Is it puckering you?
Yeah, it's puckery.
On a scale of 1 to normal phase, 10 is your sphincter pucker. What level of puckering is it causing?
I think I'm right around a 6.
Okay, so it's
halfway there almost.
It's pulling your cheekies in, but not all the way clenching your beehole.
Yeah, and you can smell the tangerine off the top.
This one also has strong citrusy notes, more spice than the one we had last episode. But very festive, still Christmassy.
How come? So, like we've talked about this last episode, elves make cookies. How come gnomes don't make cookies? What do
I
they make?
don't know.
Shoes? The gnomes make shoes. That's elves that make shoes too, right?
Yeah, gnomes are known for making advanced things. Like I
Oh
think
yeah.
the elves get the cookies, and the gnomes get to make the more complicated
Oh,
machineries.
the elves make like
Mhm.
infinity gauntlets and Mjolnirs.
Yeah, so like if you had to guess that the elves are artisans because they're so
Yeah,
stuck up in the air, whereas the gnomes are,
the
more like
blacksmiths and
engineers. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
blacksmiths and
The more
engineers.
yeah, they actually make the things that, they ain't going to the arts fair crafts like elves go to art fairs.
Yeah.
Gnomes go to MIT. that's,
Oh,
that's
that's
that's how
nice.
we're looking at
Hell yeah, gnomes.
it. And that's the reason they make good beer.
That makes sense.
I don't make hear about any elves making beer. Are there
Neither do
any elves
I.
that make beer?
Neither do I. Haven't heard of it.
I'm
So
sure there's some archers that make beers.
there
But
probably
that's
are.
what we're going to talk about now is an archer who makes Christmas festive with his 12 days. And so will you break down the first 6 days that went over in the last episode, KMac?
So we'll start with the first day of Hawkeye-mas, who was, oh, and we decided it is Hawkeye-mas, not Hawkmas, because all of those Hawkman fans would get really disappointed and really angry when they started listening to this and realized it wasn't about Hawkman. So this is Hawkeye-mas.
All you fans out there, just chill your fuck out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just enjoy
One
this
day,
episode.
yeah,
We're going to do all the characters.
yeah.
Once we get
Eventually,
once we get past 12 days of Xantanimus, we'll get to your favorite Thangarians.
yeah, yeah. 12 days of D-Man mess. So the first day of Hawkeye-mas was a dog with a pizza slice. Talking about Lucky the pizza dog. Second day of Hawkeye-mas was two crime mentors, the swordsman and trick shot. The third day of Hawkeye-mas was three dead Bartons, unfortunately. Harold Barton, Edith Barton, who are his deceased parents, and Barney Barton, who has died but since come back. Maybe has died again, not sure. The fourth day of Hawkeye-mas, also very morbid, four dying Hawks. So Hawkeye died approximately four times. Wanda killed him in Avengers Disassembled. He may or may not, well, he was thought to be dead at the end of the Kree Skrull War. He died during Onslaught with the rest of the non mutant heroes, except for the Scarlet Witch. And then he died during the animated What If, sacrificing himself for Black Widow. Honorable mention was he was blown up in a bomb set by Hydra Man, but that alternate universe was erased by Immortus in what turned out to be a complicated story also involving the Scarlet Witch. He had five shitty jobs for the fifth day of Hawkeye-mas. He was a, what did you call him, a roustabout?
He's a roustabout.
Roustabout with,
Before he learned to be an actual carny sideshow performer.
yeah, yeah, with the Carson Carnival of Traveling Wonders. And then with the Keebler Elves Circus making cookies, or is it it's the Keibler, but I like Keebler because those are such good cookies. He was security for Cross Technological Enterprises, where he got caught between the moon and New York City, but he fell in love with Mockingbird, so it all worked out
Well
okay.
done.
Yeah, thank you. Then he worked for the World Counterterrorism Agency with said Mockingbird
The
later.
WCA.
Yeah, the WCA. And he had the shitty job of being a Shield agent in the MCU, being Nick Fury's do guy, essentially.
Sit up high guy.
Yeah. And the sixth day of Hawkeye-mas is Six Threads of Gearin, where Hawkeye has had approximately six significant costume changes. We didn't count different artist changes here and there for little updates and things, but his original, which is the classic that everyone knows, the purple and the blue. He had the tunic version, which is spectacular, and the tunic version was like a blue skirt, and that is the only outfit that comes with the D arrow. He has the body armor from West Coast Avengers 69, which he used in a battle against the U.S. agent. He has the awesome Wolverine, Spiderman, Deadpool crossover costume for his Heroes Reborn, designed by Rob Liefeld, and the Ronin armor that he wore for a period of time, and the tactical armor from the Matt Fraction, David Aja Hawkeye solo series in 2012, which is just the clean cut black with the purple logo on the front. And those are the first 6 days of Hawkeye-mas. And That was a good summary, if I do say so myself.
That was well done and well proportioned, and did not overly recap things. And we'll want people to listen to the first episode, so go back and listen to
Yeah.
it while we
Go back
actually
and
break
listen.
down those facts and those quirks and learn all the inside jokes that we were saying
Yeah.
to you.
Yes. You might have picked up on some of those inside jokes if you want to hear those, as outside jokes or whatever. What's the opposite of an inside joke? It's just a joke, right?
I think outside joke should be a term used more often.
I think so too.
It's an
I think so
outside
too.
joke. It's an outside joke. Stand-up
Yeah,
comedians don't do inside jokes; they do outside jokes.
they do outside jokes. That's right. So you'll learn about all those jokes on the prior episode. But if you like listening to things out of order, then keep listening to this one. Go back later and listen to the first part of the series because it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm pumped up for the 7th day of Hawkeye-Mas.
Me too.
I did do the 6th day of Hawkeye-Mas, and so I believe you have to lead off again
I do.
since we're doing even odd,
We are
or odd even, or inside outside
inside
D
outside.
D arrow.
See, my vocal cords are all tangerined up and ready to go. So let's get it started. On the 7th day of Hawkmas, Damn it! Drink, right?
Drink.
Shit!
We're not talking about fucking Hawkman.
Right out the gate. Sorry, all you Hawkman fans. I know you got your hopes up there. All right. On the 7th day of Hawkeye-mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 7 teams a joining, 6 threads a gearing, 5 shitty jobs. Very good. 4 dying hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog
with a
with a
pizza slice.
slice.
We're gonna have to get you harmonies, kid.
Yeah, you're coming in late on mine. I'm doing good. You're the problem.
You're
Right, so
you're coming late on mine. I don't get it. But
yeah, your Wi-Fi is just shit. That's the problem.
oh,
I'm right near my router. It's right there. I could touch it if I got up and walked over to it.
I'm gonna call you a router about now.
That's whatever you got to. Whatever you got to do to make
Okay.
make yourself feel better. All right.
So the original lyric is 7 swans swimming. So these are 7 teams he's joined, just like a swan swimming in a pool or a pond. And what are those 7 teams? Let's lead it off here. The first team, of course, when he had joined the Avengers in number 16, he was the first of a new class of Avengers after the heavy hitters left, along with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Captain America as their leader. And really debuted Hawkeye to the world.
Yeah, it was Cap's kooky quartet, and it was Captain America and 3 reformed villains, essentially. And it was kind of, like as far as publishing was concerned, Marvel took a chance here because it was Captain America with 3 lesser-known characters, 3 characters who were obviously former villains, instead of, like you said, all the heavy hitters that were in it before. But it was a cool team because you didn't have, the Hulk, and you didn't have Thor, and you didn't have all of these powerful characters. Iron Man does whatever an iron can.
Hank Pym, who can be any character.
Yeah, big or small.
Yeah. So yeah, they took a chance, and if you've not read through these runs, it was interesting, very edgy 60s stuff. It deals with a lot of things at that time, and you get to see the real Hawkeye come out as the sometimes jerk, sometimes lovable, sometimes always got a good heart, but really lays the foundation for the Hawkeye character. This is the seminal things before the 80s when he actually breaks out on his own a little bit.
Yeah, and he was kind of like at odds with Captain America a lot in this era, wasn't he?
In number 16, the first issue, he's like, it won't take long before I'm the leader, and he actually pushes to have a vote to become leader on his first day. Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, yeah, I have to read that run. I've read a little bit of it here and there, but not its entirety.
And he falls in love a little bit, starting out about this time with a little redhead girl that goes on to kill him, as we already discussed in the Scarlet Witch.
That happens from time to time. Those redheads in the Marvel Universe, they like to kill people.
Yeah. Well, being an Avenger, he pays his due, gets whooped up a lot, and eventually learns how to be a leader through Captain America, his non-crime mentor. And what does he do with all those skills?
Oh, well, he goes west. Go west, young man. He goes west, and he is the founding leader of the West Coast Avengers. And that original team is Mockingbird, Wonder Man, Tigra, Iron Man, and Hank Pym as the man at the computer, essentially. They're
You say Tigra instead of Tigra?
I thought it was Tigra, yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard it actually pronounced. I always say Tigra.
I always say Tigra.
Tigra.
Let's call the whole thing off.
The thing off.
Yeah.
You beat me to the bad lyric.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Sorry. So I like those. I mean, West Coast Avengers came out when I was like, I think preteen essentially. So I thought it was really cool to see a new team of Avengers start. I liked the team. Their first story arc was essentially a crossover with the Vision and the Scarlet Witch miniseries, and they fought a whole bunch of different bad guys, including Ultron. So it was a lot of fun.
And they Hollywood.
They were Hollywood. Yep.
Hollywood Avengers. And they technically replaced the Champions of Hollywood, which was a 70s comic book team up that, surprisingly, that team was led by who?
I know who the members were, but I'm not quite sure who the leaders were.
I'm dropping it in because it's a Hawkeye reference.
Oh, it was led by Black Widow?
Correct.
Yeah. I knew she was on that team. That was a really weird team of heroes too. It was like Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer.
Hollywood.
It was led by Hollywood.
Well, no, Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange were not on that team, but 2 X-Men were.
Oh yeah, Iceman.
Because eventually that the reason they came out with that team was because another team was kind of they were selling a little bit of books. They were trying to make more teams at the time, and we'll talk about that team because guess what? Hawkeye joined that team. And technically, we could jump to that team. We're doing all the Avengers teams first, so we'll do all the Avengers team. And then the next team he joins is my favorite of the Avengers teams, and he leads them for a little while. And I believe he leads them against Terminus in Minnesota in the Terminus Factor, and that would be the Great Lake Avengers.
He came on as their leader and mentor, and that kind of sprung right out of the West Coast Avengers book.
Yes, when he took his leave of absence with Mockingbird to get away for a while, they witnessed them, the Great Lakes Avengers, foiling a bank heist or something, and they decided to take over as kind of co-leaders of that team. So yeah, he was on the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yeah, that was a fun team. I remember at one point owning that issue, but it's not in my collection anymore. Those bastards.
Of the Great Lake Avengers, Flat Man, Big Bertha, Mr. Immortal. At one time, is Squirrel Girl? Yeah. She isn't on this one, but
she's on the later versions.
Yeah,
yeah. Isn't there a person that's like a door?
There's Doorman, yeah.
Doorman. And he's just wherever he can just make a door anywhere. That's pretty cool. And then Mr. Immortal just can't die, which is a pretty cool power. Yeah. So he's like in the X-Men, pretty much.
Yes. I've always been a big fan of Mr. Immortal. That's his power. And he gets run over by Terminus and appears in Terminus's eyes again. And he goes, "You can't stop me, Terminus." And then the final group of Avengers he joins, and I'm not so much aware of this one, but it happens later. He joins the Secret Avengers. So I think KMac can tell me a little bit more about the Secret Avengers. Because they're secret. I can't read about them because they're so secret.
They are so secret. That's why I don't know very much about them either. I know that Steve Rogers first led the Secret Avengers after his whole Secret Empire fiasco, where he was like cosmic cubed, retconned into being a Hydra agent and took over the United States. So post that, he was in charge of the Secret Avengers. We talked about this team a little bit in the Who Wore It Better episode with regard to the Taskmaster. But after Cap stepped down as the leader of the Secret Avengers, Hawkeye became the leader of the Secret Avengers. But nobody knows anything else because it's a secret.
It's so goddamn secret. So basically, Hawkeye has become optional Captain America.
Pretty much, yeah.
For Avengers teams.
Yeah. And there are 3 other teams he was part of that are not Avengers affiliated. So
yes. So the first of these would be the team I was referring to when I was talking about the Champions of Hollywood. The Defenders. He forms the 4th leg of the the 5th leg of the Defenders briefly when he leaves the Avengers after he has the tunic costume and adopts back his old costume again, because he gets fed up that the Vision is taking the love of his life, Wanda. the
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch.
and this Defenders team has Flash Gordon, Mandrake the Magician, the Ghost Who Walks, right?
No, it does not. No, it does
What?
not. The
No,
Defenders of the Galaxy. No, whatever that is.
not the Defenders of the Earth.
No, not the Defenders of the Earth. This is
Huh. All right,
the
I'm
name
confused.
are Doc Strange, Silver Surfer, and I
Hulk.
believe at this time I can't remember if Hulk is still in it or if they rotated Valkyrie in during this time or not. I can't remember, but yeah, basically, and maybe Beast is also rotated in it. But this time they do fight off. The first thing they do is they fight at the Avengers for the Evil Eye in a big stratagem between Dormammu and Loki to get the Evil Eye.
Oh, whose evil eye is it?
It is just a ancient. They say it's like an ancient artifact of Asgard.
Oh, it's
And
not the Eye of
Loki, and this
Agamotto.
is when Loki. This remember when we read the Rutland Halloween parade.
Yeah.
This is the part where he eventually goes mad from this, trying to get the evil eye.
Oh, okay.
These are the and they
Oh,
pit
yeah.
they
And he
pit
has to go live at that weird guy's house.
yeah, and they get to they get to repit Hawkeye against Iron Man again,
Oh.
and they're in a fight out in Mexico City
Ah.
over chimichangas.
Me gusta chimichangas. Me gusta. So Hawkeye also led the Thunderbolts for a little while.
Yes.
The Thunderbolts is that team of villains posing it as heroes that popped up during the Heroes Reborn era when all of the Avengers heroes were sent to a pocket universe in Franklin Richards' head. But the Thunderbolts popped up, led by Baron Zemo. But there have been multiple incarnations of them after that, and one of them was led by Hawkeye. Do you know who was on that team?
I'm just thinking about why couldn't it have been a hot pocket in Franklin Rich's hands instead of a fucking pocket universe in his head? Because it'd have been a much better comic book series than the Heroes
Yeah.
Reborn. It was a hot pocket in his hand. But no, I believe it is. There's whoever Moonstone becomes. I don't know their names. There's the Power Man, whoever Power Man became. Um,
Oh yeah, because he was Goliath for a little
he's a
bit, right?
Goliath. He's a Goliath, yeah, but yeah, and I can't remember who else. But no, yeah, they take. This is when the Thunderbolts go rogue after ditching Zemo and trying to make a good life of it. And Hawkeye leads them, and then eventually leads them to be members, like agents of the U.S. government.
Yeah, I think so. Trying to see if I can see who is in this team. I don't know. Either way, good for Hawkeye. Was any other heroes on that team with him? I wonder.
I gotta look. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think it
All I
was
know
the
is,
same. I think it was the same team, just minus Zemo,
see, I
roughly.
think they put him in charge of this team because they wanted originally him to be a member of Force Works, and they couldn't get he wouldn't sign the contract with Force Works. So it's a team he never joined. Although he is a member of Force Works in the Iron Man cartoon in the 90s, which is
He
basically what
is.
the 90s cartoon is like, the Force Works team, even though they don't say it. But yeah, that is the team he leads because he wants to take on a team and make rogues not rogues and do really good things.
Yeah, kind of like how he was that way himself once.
Yes. And then finally, this final team he joined in Avengers Solo. And they are a team, but not so much a team. And this may have been one of the city jobs, but I rated it as a team. That's the reason he makes it in. So he joins a lovely silver-haired lady in her mercenary team. And who would that be?
You're saying Silver Sable's Wild Pack?
He joined Silver Sable's Wild Pack to take on some adventures and take down some terrorists in Europe while he's doing his solo adventures for the lovely Sylvia Sablonova, or also known as Silver Sable, the crown princess of, I can't remember what country she's from. What country is she? What did I can't remember. Do you remember what country Silver Sable's from? We should have done
Oh,
the research.
jeez.
It's right next to Latveria. That's my favorite part.
Oh, is it right
Oh
next
yeah,
to
Simkaria.
Simcaria? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, she was
the chief natural resource of Simkaria. Guess what it is?
silver?
No,
Oh, is it assassins?
Well, basically, it's mercenary mercenary resources raised by Silver Sable and Company. So that is my favorite. And she has an annual meeting dinner every year with Doctor Doom. I remember reading because I got the
That's
Silver Sable
nice.
comic to talk about
You know who
their
also
deployment.
worked for Silver Sable?
Yes. Would you like me to list them?
I can tell you one that we talked about in one of our Big Swig pub crawl shows.
Okay, you tell me which one you're thinking of.
Le Peregrine,
Yes, the Le Peregrine does work for them,
who
but
beat Angel.
yeah, the biggest name that she gets to work with her is Sandman, and becomes kind of her right
Yeah.
hand man for a long time. And in one of the solo adventures after Hawkeye's leaving the team, some terrorists take over an airport in Paris, and Silver Sable doesn't want to get involved because mercenaries only get paid for something. But she gets a front, and Hawkeye's going out to take them down, and they affront Silver Sable somehow. And Silver Sable asks Hawkeye if he has any money on him. He goes, "I have $1 for emergency purposes." And so she gets hired for $1 and expenses him later in that comic book $1. But remember when $1 was all you needed to get out of a jam?
I know. Goodness. I miss the 80s.
I'm in a jam. Luckily, I have $1 on me.
I know.
I can solve all my issues.
Another associate of Silver Sable was the Rocket Racer,
Yes.
who
Lots
is
of
these.
Spiderman. And the Prowler was also hired at one time
Yeah.
also.
So the Rocket Racer was in the very first comic I ever owned. I don't know where it is, like a lot of my other comics, but
You would be a billionaire right now if you had that comic.
I know the first appearance of the well, it wasn't his first appearance, but like
I mean,
maybe just a
do you know how much Rocket Racer comics
millionaire.
go for? You know how much Rocket Racer comics go for? So those are the 7 teams that he has been a member of to get off Rocket Racer. And they're all really good teams, but yeah, mainly Avengers. And when he gets steamed off and wants to go hang out with somebody else, he's found some other buddies.
All right, so let's move on to the 8th day.
Okay. You ready for me to sing?
I
Me.
guess so.
On the 8th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 8 actors a voicing, 7 teams a joining, 6 threads a gearing, 5 shitty jobs, 4 dying hawks, 3 dead mentors, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice.
You said 3 dead mentors and 2 crime mentors.
3
You got it
dead
wrong.
parts. I'm drinking.
Drink some beer. So 8 actors of voicing. So the character of Hawkeye has appeared in many an animated series or adventure, and we found approximately 8 actors who voiced Hawkeye in those appearances, and we're going to chat about them a little bit here, what we can figure out.
No, we're not going to chat. We're going to roll right by it. We're going to skip right over the voice actors. No, just people that have on screen. There's only been one Hawkeye,
right?
Live action, correct? We
Yes.
know no other live action Hawkeyes.
Jeremiah Renner,
and that is Jeremy Renner of National Lampoon Senior Trip. Famously, he went from National Lampoon Senior Trip to Hawkeye. No other movies in between.
Right. Who else would you pick? I mean, obviously that performance just like shot him into stardom.
Made him famous. So as we all know, there's probably only one real Hawkeye, and Jeremy Renner was also kind enough to voice Hawkeye in the What If series, along with some other famous stars doing their voices, but not every one of them. But he is Hawkeye as far as we know. But I have also liked some other turns, so you tell me about these other guys here.
Oh, jeez, really?
And I'll tell you whether I liked it or not.
All right. So we have Chris Wiggins, who voiced Hawkeye in the Marvel Superheroes.
What is the Marvel series?
What is the Marvel Superheroes? I don't know.
I know they're Marvel superheroes, but you're telling me something I don't know now. I for a grown ass man watch way too many.
Oh, it's a 1966 cartoon.
A 1966. There was a Hawkeye
animated television series starring 5 comic books. Oh, I know this one. This is the one where they each had their own like individual show, like when Captain America throws his mighty shield. You ever see that
Oh
one?
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Hawkeye appeared in that show. I did not know that. Yep, because Chris Wiggins voiced Hawkeye slash Clint Barton in that, and that's all it
Now,
says.
what I want to know is,
That was a good. That used to be on. I obviously like didn't watch it when it came out, but
well, you're not 97 years old.
right, I'm a young man. I'm just turned 21 yesterday. So, but one school year, for whatever reason, this show was on one of the syndicated, one of the like, because we had 6 channels here in Florida when I was a kid, and this show was on at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was neat because you got to watch like Captain America and Thor and Iron Man, Hulk and Submariner go through their adventures where they were just like all still characters moving into one another, like someone was just sliding the character across the paper. But yeah,
What?
yeah. But Hawkeye was in
I
that
have
show.
never seen this.
You haven't seen it?
No, I do not.
Oh,
I recognize the singing.
yeah. The Hulk's was cool because it was like Dr. Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk. Ain't he unglamorous? The ever loving Hulk. Hulk. So that yeah, those are all they had really cool theme songs. I don't remember what Iron Man's was or Thor's, but Thor's told the story of Donald Blake going into the cave.
So this isn't the same Chris. I'm trying to look. This isn't the same Christopher Wiggins. Chris Wiggins said starred in the 1990s, late 80s Friday the 13th, late 80s Friday the 13th TV show. I don't think, but I think it is. I think it is, as far as I can
He
tell. But
was
it's not
born
listed.
January 1931, died February 2017.
Yeah, that's the same guy. Yeah,
It is the guy.
yeah, English guy who was the bearded guy from the Friday the 13th TV series where they would find mysterious artifacts and then tell a story about it. All spooky. Jason never appears in it
Oh,
inexplicably,
what
but
station was that on?
it was a syndicated show that was back to back with Freddy's Nightmares.
I remember that.
Uh,
All right, it was on late night. I had to stay up late and
yeah,
hope my
it was like
parents didn't know.
it's like an 11 o'clock show. Yeah,
Friday the 13th, the series.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man, listeners, this is such great information we're learning and providing to you at the same time. Do you see what it does when we don't fully prepare for these episodes?
So Chris Wiggins also voiced another Marvel character in a couple of the Marvel characters, but one other famous Marvel character.
Thor.
Did he?
Yeah.
But also later in another TV series that ran from 1967 to 1970.
A Marvel character?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He
Who
was
was it?
a villain on the Spider-Man TV show. He played Mysterio
Oh, cool.
along with a couple other minor characters, but Mysterio, he was the voice of Mysterio.
Well, good for Chris Wiggins. Rest in peace. That was but yeah, you should check out that 1966 TV show. It's really
Yeah,
cool. And I'm surprised you haven't seen it and you call yourself a fan.
I know.
But
Also, he appeared in a TV series based on the Last of the Mohicans, which the full title of this Last of the Mohicans. What do you think the whole title of Last of the Mohicans TV series was in the 1950s?
oh jeez. Last of the Mohican, really?
It's blank and the Last of the Mohicans. So guess
Oh,
what?
oh, it's Hawkeye and Last of the Mohicans?
Yes.
Well, this makes perfect sense now.
That's how he got the part. The other famous Hawkeye, the Hawkeye from Last of the Mohicans.
Nice.
Daniel Day-Lewis. That's who we're talking about, kids.
Yes.
Great movie. The other people, there was John Reilly in the 1990s Iron Man series, which is an amazing series if you haven't watched it. Tony Daniels on Avengers United They Stand, which is a terrible late 90s TV show.
Yeah.
It is, or 2000 TV show. I can't remember. I've got it written down later on, but it is 1999. So yeah, it's just at the end of the 1990s, but it is so 90s, but under 90s compared to the Iron Man show, which is amazing, which like we may discuss a little bit more, but morphs between like the early computer animation and non-computer animation. So it's done at the same time as Spider-Man the animated show and X-Men, but they try to take it to the nth degree. But it mirrors the Force.
1994.
And then there's Adrian Pasdar from Superhero Squad, Chris Crux on
Chris Cox.
Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero,
That
which
was a
is
good.
really good. Yeah, really
That's
good.
really good. Is that the one where they end up fighting like Dracula and?
Mhm. Well, that one comes in Avengers Assemble, but
Oh, okay.
this is like the lead into that, the first 2
That's
years
right.
before it
Yeah,
didn't.
I like that show better than the Avengers Assemble one. I thought they had
Mhm.
some good stories. They had the Kang the Conqueror story, which I thought was really well done. They had the Hulk and the Hawkeye interaction, and that show was really good.
Yeah, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes is the one that starts on a day or whatever, and then the Hydra
Yeah.
things come through. Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a good show. I was disappointed when they redid it after only 2 seasons.
yeah. And then on Iron Man Armored Adventures, Andrew Francis did them, and then that's like when they retcon like a younger Tony Stark, if I remember right, made that show.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, not very good.
And then Troy Baker and Avengers Assemble, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and Troy Baker did him a bunch of times, which
Yeah,
that's pretty neat how they just kept going
so
back
he's
to the well for
probably
him.
the most, other than Jeremy Renner, the most Hawkeye of Hawkeye people, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you think when What If came out, he was like, "Fucking Renner better not take that paycheck out of my mouth."
yeah, he probably called him up and said, "Come on, Renner, I need this. I
look,
need this. You know I'm the real animated Hawkeye."
look, I got stuck doing Young Justice episodes where I play Brian Markov and Geoforce and
Oh,
Todd Donner.
oh,
They won't even
Geoforce.
they won't even give me a prime character.
They put Geoforce in Young Justice, or just an appearance, probably, right?
I assume so.
Hmm.
But he also does do the voice of Jorah Mormont in Family Guy, which I assume is um, yeah, it's a crossover from Game of Thrones to Family Guy.
He's a young guy. He's our age,
Yeah, yeah,
Troy Baker.
he yeah, he played an Ultimate Spider Clint Barton. Yeah. He also did Loki. Yeah, so also does Lego guys. Yeah, so yeah, big time voice actor Troy Baker. We like you out there, Troy.
Yeah,
We would have supported you over Jeremy Renner to do the What Ifs next. Sad you couldn't get the part done.
yeah. Obviously, a great injustice was done to you, Troy Baker.
I mean, yeah, well, he's making
He's
all
a.
his money off all his money off that Last of Us. He was the voice of the guy in the Last of Us.
I
So
saw that. Yeah,
yeah, that's good coin there. So we can't hate on him too much.
right. He has a lot. Like his voiceover work is extensive. Goodness gracious.
Let's see, one more. We'll take a look at Chris Cox here. Chris Diero.
He's an American voice actor, by the way.
Oh, this guy is. He looks English though. His IMDb video.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's American though.
yeah,
Born in L.A. West Coast Avengers style.
yeah. He's done and he did reprise his role briefly for Avengers Assemble as Star Lord
Oh,
instead
really?
of being Hawkeye. Yeah,
But that must have been so confusing to the fans.
yeah. Oh, they would. But in Justice League Unlimited, he played Captain Adam, Nathaniel Adams, and Shining Knight. So he's versatile.
Hmm. Yeah. He's also done some video game work.
Oh, yeah, as
That's
most
where
of
the
the
big
voice
bucks
guys.
are. Star Wars, Jedi, Fallen Order, Mortal Kombat 11. What?
All right, so if we're voting,
Oh
other than
boy.
Jeremy Renner, who's your Hawkeye?
Oh, I'm going to go with Tony Daniels because I just love that 1966 show. But honorable mention Troy Baker because he's voiced him several times.
Chris Wiggins, if you like the 1966 show.
Oh
Tony
yeah, that's right.
Daniels.
Tony Daniels did the worst one. I'm on the wrong tab.
Yeah.
Chris Wiggins.
Chris
Honorable
Wiggins.
mention to other guy.
I'm going Tony Daniels to support that guy, man, since you're hating on him. Tony Daniels. Best Hawkeye ever. Fuck you, Renner.
Yeah, Renner, what's your problem? Didn't you
Stop.
let these voice actors have their day? You got enough time on the screen. Why are you stealing their work?
Jeremy Renner, if you're listening to this, we would like to gather all 8 voice actors, give each of you a bow and arrow, and whoever can get it closest to the bullseye is forever our Hawkeye. You
Does
can be the
Renner have to
official
stand?
Hawkeye.
Does Renner have to stand in front of the bullseye or no?
No. Each get a shot, and whoever gets the closest will become the official Hawkeye of Comic Books and Cold Ones.
Oh, what an honor! Good for them.
Forever known as official Hawkeye of Comic Books and Cold Ones.
Get in touch, everyone.
Please reach out.
Yes, I bet if we do you think if we like hashtag them in some of our posts that we'll get some responses or no?
The Hawkeye Challenge, yes.
Hashtag Hawkeye
Hawkeye
Challenge.
Challenge.
Yes. All right. I'll have to write that down.
Bring your bow and arrow, bitches.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be a good post. All right. So
we're back to the odds. So we're back to you. And if you guys remember last year when we did this for Batmas, please go back and listen to those Batmas episodes, 12 Days of Batmas. We were able to figure out 9 cats with 9 lives, or 9 lives, 9 cat and 9 lives. I can't 9 cats, 9 cat 2 seeing. That's right. But it is the women of Batman, and we are able to also do that again this year. So I'm really pumped for KMac to seeing this lyric because it worked out.
On the 9th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 9 ladies costuming, 8 actors a voicing, 7 teams a joining, 6 threads of gear, and 5
shitty jobs.
4 dying Hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog
with a
pizza slice. 9 ladies a costuming. So Hawkeye has had approximately 9 significant others or love interests throughout his comic book career.
With alter egos.
Yes.
That's
so
what we're going
wear
with.
Costumes.
They've had costumes. They've been alter egos, and most of them have been Avengers, but not all of them. But we'll break it down from top to bottom in order as far as I can remember it of the ladies he's gotten with. Although I think one we got to switch around. But so the first one is the most famous one. Who's the most famous lady he's gotten with?
Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. They were a love interest from time to time, right? At least early on, weren't they?
They were joined at the hip, and she's who got him through crime and got him to fight for the commies, namely the commie Chinese, in the early issues of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, and obviously they have not a romantic, but they definitely have a connection in the MCU as, I guess, best friends or whatever.
And in the comics, they've carried that on with, that they are still their go-to friend to talk about things, and all the things that anytime Hawkeye fucks up, Black Widow's the one that sorts it out.
Right. She does make an appearance in Fractions Hawkeye to help him and Barney clear up what they're doing with the tracksuit mafia. And that's a pretty funny scene. Next one is his Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. Watch out, she's gonna kill you.
She's all I'm saying. To that witchy woman gonna cast a spell on you.
Yeah, and
she's gonna run you right. Your sky cycle into a Kree jet. Yeah, he never gets with Scarlet Witch,
yes,
but he just loves Lawrence over her forever. He does kiss her at least once, I believe, but Vision is there to sweep her away. And my favorite is he has on his wall in his New York apartment during this time period a dartboard with Vision and a love picture next to it of Scarlet Witch and a dartboard with Vision's face on it. He throws it darts at.
So post House of M, he goes looking for her and he finds her in that town she's living in Europe, right? We talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they actually do hook up. Yeah, they actually do hook up there.
Yeah. Well, they hook up, but yeah.
But they don't get together, and Wanda doesn't remember any of her past, allegedly.
Well, Hawkeye's gonna get with her and do his Hawkeye things.
Yep.
Gonna shoot that D arrow.
The arrow.
Gonna shoot that D arrow. Of the characters that I can think of, I think he's had the most major loves throughout comics, and so we're gonna go through the next one, which would be his biggest love of his life. And I can't remember if he dates She-Hulk before or after Mockingbird, Bobby Morris.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I can't remember that one. But the love of his life, of course, is Mockingbird, Barbara Bobby Morris, former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent turned terrorism fighter, turned adventurer, turned Avenger. But that's the law. They get married. They meet, in the cross technologies, where we're cross technologies, when she's the shield agent trying to solve some issues, and they get hitched quickly right after, and he comes back to the Avengers saying, "Hey, I got a lady now," and then they ship him off to the West Coast,
Yep.
Hollywood style.
Because if you're married as an Avenger, you got to get out of there. I'm gonna send you away.
Got to go to Hollywood.
Yeah, but they were married for a long time. I think they were still even married like around West Coast Avengers 60. They didn't get divorced yet, and that's years and years and years of publishing time. I'm not sure when they actually got. No, they didn't get divorced. She died allegedly, but before she died, she was replaced by a Skrull.
She's Bobby Morris roasting on an open Mephisto. If you remember my opening lyrics this
Oh
episode,
yes, that's right.
Mephisto roast her alive.
But it
Love
wasn't
this
her. It
intro.
was a Skrull, though, right?
It was a scroll in the retro, yeah. When
Yeah,
they
in the
bring back Secret
retcon.
Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
And they also do that. They do that well in the Avengers Assemble, where they make her, a squirrel and everything on that cartoon.
Oh, they do.
Okay, so Black Widow is played by Scarlett Johansson. Scarlet Witch is played by Elizabeth Olsen. Mockingbird is played by Adrian Palicki.
You're correct.
Which you choosing?
Oh, jeez. I can't remember what the Mockingbird actress. I can't remember who she is.
So she's like 5'11", model redhead, and then Adrian, she's all ripped up. So they're all redheads. Got a thing
Oh,
for
that's
redheads
true.
early.
He does. What is he? A Summers
But
brother?
Mockingbird is a redhead in the comic books, but yeah, in the MCU she is.
Well, even though it might mean I'm gonna die, I would go with the Wanda Maximoff.
You're going with Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, I can go with the. I don't know. Now I'll switch it to Johansson.
ScarJo for life.
ScarJo, yeah.
I'm going
Life.
ScarJo too. It's a close run between her and Adrian Palicki. Don't get me wrong, Wanda. I like Elizabeth Olsen, but I don't want to go hanging out with your two kooky sisters and their crazy French billionaire boyfriends.
Oh, that is
Husbands.
weird. Yeah.
I don't want to see the Olsen twins take Paris, the Olsen twins in Buckingham Palace. I don't want to have to put up with that shit at the holiday season.
Because you know when you go over their house, it's just there's a different Olsen twins movie playing on every TV.
The house was paid for by that shit. You know it's playing.
Yeah. And if it's not one of those shows, it's old episodes of Full House, which is okay because at least you get to see Dave Coulier, but Stamos.
But you got to feel bad for Elizabeth Olsen. It's like, I've been in the biggest movies in the world, and I still have to put up with the Buckingham Palace Olsen twins movies being like literally the biggest movie in the world.
Yeah.
The most money ever made. Poor Elizabeth. And I can't even get these two yahoos on a comic book show about beer to even choose me over Adrian Palicki and ScarJo.
Well, okay, so here's the Elizabeth Olsen challenge. If you come on the show, we'll definitely choose you over the other two.
Okay. Done. And you can help us judge. You can help us judge the true Hawkeye on the show.
You can help us judge who is that true Hawkeye. Obviously, Chris Wiggins, rest in peace.
Yes. So breaking it down, the next person is the original Spider-Man, Jessica Drew. He dated her for a while, and I'm looking to KMac to tell me when. Even though I know most things about Avengers, I can't remember. Did this happen in the new? It didn't happen in the new Avengers. I can't remember when this happened.
So in the Matt Fraction book, she shows up as one of the former love interests of Hawkeye. So I can't
Do
I
your
don't know
research.
exactly when. Yeah, I'm doing my research now.
Well, there's somebody wrote a story about this. This is
someone wrote their own fanfic.
The Fear itself. This one.
In that era. All right.
Yeah.
I haven't read up to that point. I kind of skipped over that.
Yeah, I knew it was later on. It wasn't a new one. And then the other ladies he's gotten with on the Avengers is he was Gizzy Face a lot with the Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, shortly before Disassembled, when Hank Pym came back and was all loopy-de-loop crazy again. They had to hide their love a little bit.
That didn't last very long because Hawkeye got killed, and then when he came back, I don't think they ever addressed that again.
Well, no, they kind of buried it because they were trying to get something going. The writers were trying to get some fire going, but the romance just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And the other one I think did occur way earlier is Hawkeye and She-Hulk were flirty when she was on the Avengers in the early 80s. And I think they've made out a little bit a few times, but I think that's about it on that. But they were flirty.
Yeah, Star
That's
Fox though
Jennifer.
was like, no way.
Yeah. And that was Jennifer Walters, of course, in Bruce Banner's cousin. The other three ladies that he's gotten with that have been alter egoed is he got with Moonstone, Carla Zoffin, when she is on the Thunderbolts. And I can't
Mhm.
remember her name in the Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, I can't remember her name either, but I did read something about it.
Let me see. She becomes a version of Miss Marvel, though, at one point
Oh
in
yeah,
616.
she's Dark Miss Marvel, isn't she, on the
Yeah,
Dark
yeah, yeah,
Avengers? Yeah.
yeah. Meteorite. That's her name, right? Meteorite. Yep. Because she gets her powers from a meteorite.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a terrible nickname.
And then he gets with Maya Lopez, also known as Echo, whose father is somebody famous. Who's Maya Lopez Echo's father?
I don't know. Who's her father? You
You
got
don't
me.
know?
No, I don't know. Tell me.
I thought you were the master of trivia now.
Well,
You just dropped all your trivia?
I'm going to say Kingpin is her father.
Look at you use Google quickly enough.
No, is that who it is?
Yes.
Oh, I just guessed, honestly. And now I Googled it and it's there. I didn't realize that Kingpin was her father. Oh, man. So do you think Kingpin is her uncle that they keep referring to in the Hawkeye show?
I am thinking that is what we're going to get to see. That
Do you
was the
think
what I was
it's
going to drop. That was you beat me to it with the
do you
name.
think
So
it's D'Onofrio?
we are going to see Vincent D'Onofrio appear in
That's
episode
what you
5,
think?
I believe. Yes.
That's awesome.
Standing behind him is going to be a portly
Bullseye.
archer wearing a long drape who may or
That's
may
fine.
not look like Nacho Libre.
I didn't realize Kingpin was her father, though. That was just a guess. So, I did read this week too that Marvel's confirmed that Charlie Cox is going to resume Daredevil in the MCU.
Yes, I did
That
hear about that also.
did you watch that show?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
decent for the first. They're good episodes.
Yeah, the first season was really good, and I liked the third season, but the second season was a little bit, eh.
The best thing about that is they learned how to do some action scenes on the TV that were great that they translated into the first like handful of episodes of Luke Cage,
Yeah,
which just took it over the top.
yeah,
the the best scene in all the Daredevil show is when it's the single cam shot of him
the
fighting
hallway.
down the whole no him fighting down the whole building carrying the Punisher. It's a single cam shot of him fighting like
Oh, okay.
everybody carrying the Punisher down. That is by far
That's
the
season
hallway is
two.
solid too. Hallway is
I haven't
also
watched that.
solid and similar, but that they learn their language even better with the camera. But yeah, Maya Lopez's Echo is also famous for being who? Who was she first?
Ronin.
Yes, the first Ronin.
Yeah, she was the first Ronin. She was Echo before Ronin, but then Ronin, and then Echo again, and then Hawkeye was Ronin after she was Ronin.
Because the Kingpin becomes the head of the hand for a while, if I remember right.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Kingpin is awesome. I really do hope D'Onofrio shows up in this show. That would be great.
I'm hoping a portly Jack Black standing behind him is trick shot.
That would be even better. He'd be like, yeah.
Best thing ever. And then
Yeah.
finally, to close out his final costume love that appeared in the 2020 comic book run by Collins and Otto. I can't think of the artist's name, but he's pretty solid.
Mhm.
Schmidt, yeah. Collins and
Okay.
Schmidt, I think it is. No. So Collins was the early 90s. I can't remember who the artist this one is, but
What's the series called?
Hawkeye, Last Resort, something to that effect. But in this one, he's dating a famous 60s Marvel character who's gone on to be treating beat up heroes throughout the thing, and that is the night nurse, Linda Carter,
Wonder Woman.
who has Linda Carter's name. I don't know if they named her after Linda. I don't think they did because she came before that. But do you know why she is a actual full doctor? But do you know why they call her night nurse?
Uh, I do, but I can't remember. I mean,
Because
I know
night
she
general
helped.
practitioner doesn't sound good, as she says.
Ah, yes.
Doesn't
It
but
does
she
not
is
sound good.
the the Doctor. It started out as a soap opera comic in the '60s, but they've translated it over to
Yeah.
the full Marvel universe, just like they did with Hellcat, Patsy Walker, translating into a superhero similar to the Night Nurse. And she is in love with Hawkeye and then breaks up with him in the series. It's really good though. Those are the major loves, but he also has had other loves that are not costume. That'd be Eden from the Keebler Circus. She was the tattooed woman. She appears in a really good episode of the Avengers where the Taskmaster is using the circus to train people, and also is Sheila Danning, the head of PR for Cross Technology.
Yeah, there was also a non-powered love interest in the 2012 series. She was also a redhead. I can't remember her name though, but I think she was also villainous, if I am not mistaken. So
You're a villainous.
her name also started with an S. It was a lot like Sheila.
So, taking away Bobby Morris, Mockingbird,
Mm-hmm.
who do we, KMac, want to see him get back together and give the D arrow to?
Let's say Wanda.
You're going Wanda?
Yeah.
The reconcile and everything. I'm leaning She-Hulk because I like the juxtaposition. The Jade Giantess and the purple one and the D arrow. I think that'd be great. That's my opinion. They purple and green go good together. That's what I'm thinking.
They do. Marvel loves purple and green.
Purple.
Molecule Man.
They can make a whole movie. They can make a whole series just purple and green.
Yeah, those must have been the cheapest colors to paint or to color.
So we rolled it back around to the 10th day of Hawkeye-Mas, which means it's an even number. So your boy Yak gets to sing this one. So are you ready for me, KMac?
Let's go. We'll do it.
Okay. On the 10th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 10 names of nicking, 9 ladies costuming, 8 actors of voicing, 7 teams of joining, 6 threads of gearing, 5 shitty jobs, 4 dying hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice. So we are up to 10 names of nicking. So Hawkeye has given different Avengers, 10 different nicknames as far as we could tell from our extensive research. Most of these nicknames have been given to Captain America, so we'll leave with those last, but we will go with the top 3 non-Captain America ones here, where he's called Vision, Viz, Scarlet Witch, Witchy, and finally he was the first one to nickname Hank Pym's Goliath or Giant Man High Pockets.
I like that one. Did he originate the Viz nickname?
He gave the Viz. It was he gave the Viz.
Nice.
The Viz and the Witchy and the High Pockets. The High Pockets is an all-time classic.
Yeah, I like High Pockets. That's funny.
It may be his best creation.
That's what people call me because I'm so tall.
But most famously, he's given his hero mentor, Captain America, many names, and I'm going to roll down all of them here real quick. He has called him at times. Not all of these have been used more than once. I'm just saying some of them have been used only once. So he's called Captain America Curly, Glamour Pants, Cornball, sometimes the shield slinging Cornball, because of his stuck in the past ways. Steve Areno, he called him once when he was in past time. Leader Man, because Captain America is so damn old, he's called him Methuselah. And finally, Hawkeye is the one that has came up with the most famous nickname for Captain America. And what's that, KMac?
That's Winghead, because he has his little wings on his mask. Yeah, Hawkeye is really good with the with the nicknames and with just the insults, I guess. The quips. The quips.
The quips of the quiver, if you will.
Ah, very good. Very good. How's your beer?
It is really good. I'm on my second one already. And it is making my holiday cheers go really well, as you can hear my voice when I sing.
I know, I can tell. Sounds like some gnomes are in that throat singing.
So this pairs with the 10 lords leaping, 10 names nicking, because we got different people here doing different things. Of these nicknames, of the Captain America nicknames, give you your top three. We already know Hypothesis is the best.
In no particular order, I do like Glamour Pants, I like Methuselah, and I like Winghead.
Yeah, I'm going Glamour Pants, Steve Areno, and Methuselah.
Steve Areno making copies.
And they needed that back in like the like the 70s when he said Steve Areno, I believe.
Right. So Lorne Michaels clearly reading Marvel Comics, picking up on Hawkeye's awesome nicknaming skills, incorporating that into
Specifically,
a copy guy sketch.
yeah, specifically what's Rob Schneider? Yeah.
Yeah. Rob Schneider
Using it.
sketches.
Yes.
He's like, Rob Schneider needs a sketch. How about we base something on this Hawkeye quip?
So every time you go to the coffee machine, remember, just think it's Captain America.
Steve Areno. Are we moving on to 11?
We're on 11 days now, and
All
that's an
right.
odd number. That's you.
All right. Here we go. So on the 11th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 11 shows a showing. I'm going to
Not a
change that.
showing.
I like a showing. What is 11 usually? Piper's
11
piping.
Piper's piping.
I like a showing, but okay. 11 shows showing, 10 names a nicking, 9 ladies costuming, 8 actors a voicing, 7 teams a joining, 6 threads a gearing,
5
5 shitty
shitty jobs.
jobs, 4 dying hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and
And
a
a
dog
dog
with
with a pizza
pizza slice.
slice.
Very good. I
Well
like
done. Well
dogs
done.
with
Well
pizza
done. Well done.
slices. So shows a showing, not a showing. Show showing. Why am I going to say show showing? So he's been in approximately 11 shows. This Hawkeye character that we're talking about today. Go
He's been
ahead.
a feature character in 11 shows that are on Disney Plus right now. Namely, he is a prime character that we know is going to appear in that show. That's my qualification.
That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. That's good. So we have his first appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was the Thor movie in 2011, where it was his job to watch Mjolnir from
That
on
was Mjolnir
high.
hitting. If you just heard that, kids,
Yeah,
it came down and thundered.
yeah, yeah. Pick that up. His second appearance was in the first Avengers movie in 2012, where he helped form the original Avengers, did a nice pose with all of them in that circle, clenched up like a Legolas, and watched everyone from on high again. It seems to be a theme.
Well, the hawk and the hawk's nest.
Yeah. Loki took control of him for most of that movie too, which I thought was interesting. Age of Ultron in 2015, where he had some funny quips like "I'm just a guy shooting a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense." So, he got his comedy chops starting in Age of Ultron. He was in Captain America: Civil War. He
where where he had his other famous line. Do you remember that line in the movie?
is it "Don't hit me too hard"?
No,
What is it?
it's
Is it about Ant-Man?
no, it's you shouldn't be here, Hawkeye. Well, you told me to go play 18. I played 18. I shot 18. What can I say? I don't miss.
Yeah, yeah, that was good. Yeah, and he was responsible for obtaining Ant-Man and bringing him to the heroes battle at that airport in Germany. And then he skipped Avengers Infinity War. He was, I guess, playing 18 more holes.
Well, no, they were trying to get Chris Wiggins to reprise his role, but he was
Oh,
busy.
they were, yeah. Poor Chris Wiggins.
We,
Uh,
we, we need you, Chris. But you, maybe we can get one of the artifacts from Friday the 13th, the TV show, to bring you back so you can make your appearance. Finally, finally in this Avengers Infinity War movie.
he appeared in Avengers Endgame as Hawkeye and as Ronin in 2019. So those are his MCU appearances. So what's his best movie in that box?
I'm gonna go in game. It's either that or Age of Ultron, I think. It's one of those two. Or Civil War. I'm sorry, Civil War in game.
Yeah, we didn't get to see much of him being Hawkeye in Avengers because he was under Loki's control for most of it. Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Endgame because you got to see him as Ronin, and he had some pretty cool battle scenes with Thanos' hounds.
Yeah,
in Endgame.
I think it's by far his best. So.
Yeah. All right. Then he was in the Disney Plus animated series What If that we talked about earlier, and he's currently. This is breaking news, everyone. He's currently in a show called Hawkeye that is on Disney Plus that is about him, Hawkeye, and another Hawkeye.
And it may be hint, hint, hint while we're doing this Christmas special about him. So we're trying to get promo up for Disney Plus because we don't think that network will make it if we don't support it. And so that's why we're drinking beers talking about it today. We want to support that little organization that maybe can that's making Disney Plus.
I just realized too that, so we're two and more than a half episodes through. We haven't mentioned the name Kate Bishop once.
Well, no, we were going to get to the fact that we didn't get Kate Bishop at all in this, and we didn't get Sky Cycle. And I was going to apologize to the fans, said that we can't include her in a love interest, right? You can't do anything. Yeah,
no,
that and Sky Cycle. Those are the two other defining things. And we just I couldn't find a way to put them in.
Yeah, and we like Kate Bishop. I like Kate Bishop a lot. She's funny and she provides some very good storytelling opportunities. So, and she was great in that Matt Fraction story, and in the Young Avengers books. We talked about those in our Scarlet Witch This Is Your Life episode last year, or no, earlier this year. But we like Kate Bishop, and we apologize for not getting her into this episode more. But
or any of the 12 days, I know she was going to be the angel on the crown. But it would have been the first day. It would have been either her or a Sky Cycle or a dog. And kids, we went with the dog because we like the dog.
Well, and the dog went with my beer last episode too, so it's kind of my fault. But dogs are cool. Everyone likes dogs. But apologies. We'll have to do a Young Avengers episode.
When we do the 12 days of Bishopmas.
Yes,
you'll be made of.
Yes, that'd be just before the 12 days of Hawkman.
Yes,
yes, and before Zatanna, we promise. But we like Kate Bishop. Nothing against Kate Bishop. So what are some other Hawkeye?
I'm going to run down the animated shows here because one of my favorites is the Iron Man 1994 to 1996 TV show animated that is amazing. Where Hawkeye really Hawkeye's out. And then the Avengers United, the terrible one, United They Stand, 1999. Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes from 2010 to 2012. And then finally the Avengers Assemble from 2013 to 2019. These are where Hawkeye is a regular animated character. We know he's going to appear in every episode. Unlike other things we've seen him in that may be on Disney Plus, like the Superhero Squad. He's not a featured character. Right. And also Iron Man Rise of the Technovores.
Which sounds really cool. Iron Man Rise of the Technovore.
I've watched it. It's decent Japanimation, but it's
it's a cool title.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy. But of those animated, I'm going to go the 1994 to 1996 Iron Man because it's so ridiculously over the top weird. But in terms of if you're going to watch a show, not because you like weird things, you've watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, I like that one. That was I never really. I haven't really watched many of the Iron Man 94 to 96 episodes, but I really enjoyed Mightiest Heroes.
We are going to cover one episode in particular that stars MODOK that is amazing. And it involves multiple ladies that actually also like Iron Man that Hawkeye has tried to date also go after him and trying to get him in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazeballs.
Like I do remember when I was younger, I remember not watching it because it was so weird. But yeah, I would definitely enjoy like doing a live watch of one of those at one point. That'd be fun.
We will definitely.
Is it on Disney Plus?
It is on Disney Plus. This is how I've rediscovered how amazing it is. So that's 11 days. I'm going to do a sip of water because I got to do the big one.
Oh yeah.
And you know what the 12th day is out there, don't you, kids? We couldn't have gone a whole series about Hawkeye without doing the most famous thing about Hawkeye that counts, that you can count to. So that's me drinking some water. And
You've heard it there
And so
first.
this is finishing the 12th day of Hawkeye-Mas. And here we go. On the 12th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 12 arrows arrowing, 11 shows showing, 10 names a
Ooh.
nicking, 9 ladies costuming, 8 actors a voicing, 7 teams a joining, 6 threads a gearing, 5
Shitty
shitty
job.
jobs, 4 dying hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog
Dog
with
with
a
a
piece of
pizza
slice. We're
slice.
gonna sing that all one at the close here again. But
We're
finally,
gonna
of
need
course,
to. That was terrible.
yeah, I know I crushed that badly. So, of course, the most famous thing about Hawkeye is all his trick arrows. And even in our show notes, I have posted here the picture from the Marvel Handbook of the Marvel Universe, all the awesome things of the trick arrows. But there are more than 12 we have counted, but we may have some add-ons, but we want to talk about our 12 popular ones that we've seen and that we really, really, really like. And I'll let KMac because I'm got to reel back from how badly I sang that. And take a swig of beer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we've seen a lot of these on the Disney Plus show. I think it was it episode 3 or 4? I think it was episode 3 where they were in that car chase scene, which is right out of the Matt Fraction, David Aja, Hawkeye series issue number 3, coincidentally. But we have the putty arrow, which leaves a like explodes and leaves a purple putty, which is perfect for tires and like sticking people to the ground. Although Kate Bishop accidentally shoots it on the windshield of the car, which doesn't help. The most common arrow
And it's
I
purple.
use, and it is
It's
purple.
purple.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my favorite. It's purple. It's not just
yeah.
regular putty. It's purple. And it also appears in the compendium. K-Mac will read them down, but I will tell you if it appears in the compendium of the Marvel Handbook or not. And the putty arrow does appear in
Yes,
the Marvel Handbook.
it is a
And
comic book arrow as well.
it looks like a little punching bag, on, like a speed bag, a little speed bag on the end.
You know, I almost got the beer Purple Haze. Have you ever had that?
Yes,
Yeah,
by
but
Avito out of
yeah,
New
but
Orleans.
yeah, but it's made with raspberries, and I can't do raspberries. So
You weird ass.
I know I just don't like raspberries. All right. So the second arrow and the most common arrow that we see Hawkeye use in the
Most
comic
common other than
books.
a regular arrow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, regular arrow isn't a trick arrow, is it?
No, but it's
So
an
we're
arrow.
talking about regular arrow. We're talking about trick
It
arrows.
says 12 arrows at arrowing.
But we're talking about trick arrows, and
Okay.
people know that. Is the exploding arrow, which is an arrow that explodes. Is it in the compendium?
Let me look here. Explosive tip arrow. It is. And it
What?
looks like a little circular keg thing that blows up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've heard it here first. It's in the comic books too. Another arrow we see in Disney Plus is the smoke arrow, which provides a smoke screen upon impact. We have that in
and
the
it
compendium.
and it goes into the car. So this is the one
Yeah.
I'm not certain.
Ah, interesting.
When they go in the car, do you think that's a smoke arrow or is it a tear gas arrow?
I don't know. I haven't thought
In the
about it.
compendium, they have the tear gas arrow, but they don't have the smoke arrow. But I can't tell when in that episode number 3 if it's a tear gas or if it's a smoke.
Yeah, me either. They weren't very clear on that. We'll have to write the makers. Kevin Feige, we need to know.
Well, listen to the show when you're listening, Kevin. Just let us know. Drop us a line.
Who's Kevin? Kevin Feige?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were on a first name basis with Kevin.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, he listens to the show from Egypt every week.
He does. That's true. That's true. He, from his house in the Great Pyramid.
Yes.
He's a rich, rich man.
Well, when you make Hawkeye a TV show on Disney Plus, you got the Disney Plus money.
Did you notice? I don't know if this has been a thing for all the shows, but Hawkeye says a Kevin Feige production.
I didn't. When did he say it?
At the end when it's going
Oh,
off, it says
okay.
Kevin Feige production. So I
Okay.
didn't know. I don't think any other shows have been a Kevin Feige production. But
That's some Sphinx coin there, man.
it is. It is. Maybe he lives in the Sphinx.
Yes.
That's probably the Sphinx is probably his weekend home.
As if I were Boss Hog, I would call it Sphinx for simoleons.
Heck yeah. The next arrow, I think, is exclusive to Disney Plus. It is the Pym arrow, which was pretty badass to see. The arrow that when he shoots it into something, that something gets gigantic and just falls on whatever is above it. So Bishop shoots her arrow, and Hawkeye hits it with a Pym arrow, and it becomes a giant arrow and destroys some tracksuit mafia bro's car. Bro.
Yeah, not in the compendium.
Not in the
Not in the
compendium.
compendium.
Although there is a, I don't think it's Pym, isn't it? Scott Lang that goes on the arrow in the comic books.
It is Scott Lang.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest that we had to a Pym arrow, where something would get big off of it.
Yeah,
that would be Scott Lang when he goes back to the circus to take on the Taskmaster.
Right, as discussed in our Who Wore a Better episode with the Taskmaster and Deathstroke T Terminator.
Correct.
And also, they did that in Captain America: Civil War as well, where Lang was on the arrow and said, "Okay, Arrow Guy." So that's the good nickname for Hawkeye. He's had a lot of good nicknames: Legolas, Arrow Guy. All right, so okay, some other arrows we've had, and I think some of these. So I think these are mostly Disney arrows now. At least this one is the computer hack or USB arrow from Avengers that he uses to shoot into the helicarrier's computer system and take down an engine. Do we see that in the comics?
No, we do not. And I don't know why he would make a USB arrow. Why wouldn't you just make, we don't even use, Is it Protocol 2? Is it Thunderbolt 1? What do we do? What are we talking about?
I don't know, you're way more advanced than me. I'm in
about?
Florida. We don't have that kind of technology here. We have to remember the Avengers. When was the Avengers made? Like 2012?
It's still USB-B. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't have that kind of cloud-based technology.
People are like, you got a jump drive that looks like a watermelon? I bet you put that on the end of the arrow, you could shoot the shit out of that.
Yeah.
This is back when USBs were comically shaped as a thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that period of time?
Yeah, I do. Where they
we
were
had to shape our USB things like fruit or other random things.
Yeah, I remember seeing like Matchbox cars as USBs and things like that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Capitalism.
Look, I just need the thing to store my shit, man. I don't need it to drive. I don't need to play with it. I don't need a skateboard. It also doubles as a backup of 1 gigabyte of information.
So Hawkeye also has the grappling cable arrow, and that is on Disney Plus, but I think it's also in the book.
It is in the hand. That is one of the most famous arrows. Yes.
Yes.
The grappling cable hook, slidey, whatever you want to say. Yeah.
A web arrow. That's the one from the Christmas tree lot scene.
Indeed.
In the car chase. I don't think there's an equivalent in the comic books.
There is. The net arrow is in the Companion of the Marvel Handbook.
That makes sense. Acid arrow, definitely in the comics and in Disney Plus. Right?
The acid arrow make it in. The acid arrow did make it into the Marvel comic compendium. Yes, and there's like a little vial of acid in between, like the orangey parts. Yeah.
Right, and in that battle we talked about with the U.S. Agent, where he wears his armor, he also shoots an acid arrow at the U.S. Agent, and he shoots a suction cup arrow at him too. Suction cup arrow is in the Disney Plus show,
and mixes the compendium, and is my favorite arrow of all the arrows. And Kate Bishop makes fun of it, of why you would have it, and then it makes sense.
It does make sense. In the comic books, he uses the suction cup arrow. He just sticks it to the top of the car, and he jumps off and he swings onto the other car with it. There's also a sonic / shockwave arrow, which he uses in Age of Ultron. That's the one he uses, I think, on Wanda's head. Right?
Yep, and he also uses that's the disruptor. I want to say the sonic one is the one he uses in episode 4 of Hawkeye. Or Kate Bishop does that, like knocks everybody back.
Okay, that's right.
It creates a ring in his ears. Creates a ring in everybody's ears.
That's right. Gotcha. Is that in the comics? Yeah, because he bites one in
the sonic arrow. Makes it into...
Yeah. Burst shot arrow. What's that?
That is a multi-shot arrow that explodes into little particles that he uses in Avengers. And breaks apart, and I don't think it makes it into the comics.
That hits a bunch of the
Chitaris.
Chitaris, yeah.
You're a Chitari.
Disintegrating arrows. He definitely uses that in the Avengers on the Chitari.
I like Chitari on my steaks, like Argentinian style. Yeah. It's a good sauce.
I use it in my burgers too, just to spice it up a little bit.
Oh, nice! I never thought about putting it in burgers.
Put it in your burgers. Like when you make fresh burgers, mix it in there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, maybe a little in your chili too.
I don't know about that. Now you're talking weird stuff. Now you're talking weird stuff, man.
Well, don't put it on your chicken. Put it on your eggs, though.
So, of the 12th arrow that we're getting to here, also one of the most popular arrows he uses in the MCU, and I believe also in comics, other than the exploding.
You're talking about the disruptor electricity arrow?
No, I was talking about the next one, but yeah, this also a good arrow.
The flare arrow?
The incendiary disintegrating arrow.
Oh, that one.
That melts.
I thought we talked about that already. Yeah, he
used
used that.
We got through burst shot. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I mentioned
that'd be our 12th. Whatever next is our 12th arrow.
Is it our 12th arrow?
Yeah.
All right. He has more than 12, but these are our 12 favorite.
Yeah. Well, the 12. So yeah.
He uses that one to melt some Chitauri again. I don't know why.
He melts their vehicles. He melts everything.
Cooking his steak.
But no, that's the one that I think, other than the exploding arrow, I think that is the most popular arrow. The one that just like hits and like ignites really hot. It doesn't explode; it just ignites hot and melts.
Yeah, it melts.
Not like acidy, but
just hot. Like you're cooking something too much.
Yeah. Do you think that's his most popular one, other than?
Are we talking about only trick arrows? Because probably regular arrows are his most popular one, aside from the other one.
Established.
Well, I think probably the most popular arrow is probably, even though he only shot it once, the Pym arrow.
Well, it popped out in the way that people like it. Yeah, I mean, if we're getting hand votes, but I mean, in terms of Hawkeye usage.
Oh, in terms of his usage, then.
I mean, cable arrow's up there, but I mean, it goes regular arrow, maybe cable arrow, and then explosive arrow, then maybe incendiary arrow.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so. In usage, yeah.
But we would be remiss. We like all those arrows. We would be remiss if we did not mention the remainder of the arrows, because we like talking the arrows so much. And he does have the disruptor electricity arrow, which makes an appearance in the MCU and also in comic books. And also the flare arrow, which appears in Endgame and also appears in the comic books. And finally, for KMac, his favorite arrow. And in the comic books.
It's the boomerang arrow. Now, we've only had a mention of how ridiculous it is in the Hawkeye series up to this point. However, in that same series that the show is based on, that Matt Fraction, David H. series, they actually use the boomerang arrow and it works. So it is an awesome arrow and should be treated very seriously, folks. Don't you forget about that boomerang arrow.
In the comic series, though, Kate Bishop's the one that laughs at it. Why would you ever want that? But in the TV show, she's the one that comes up with the idea, and Hawkeye's the one that laughs at it.
Yeah. So I feel like in the show, she may actually design it and use it to help him get out of whatever jam they're in at the end.
Now, little known fact about the arrows.
Yes.
Do they have the tips when they pull them out he pulls them out of the quiver?
In the MCU
comics.
Oh, in the comics. That's a good question.
Or in the MCU or comic in the MCU, how does it work?
In the MCU, the tips are on the bottom and they rotate around and attach to the arrow. I don't know how it works in the comic books, though. Does it work the same way?
That's what it does in the comics. But he also in his bandoliers, his straps.
Oh, that's where he has the tips.
Pop out. Yeah, you can pop out and put them in also that way. But it also does have in his quiver where it rotates.
I see that now. Close up of modules on tunic straps.
Yeah.
So we can
pull. That's
them
why
out
he was able to stick them in and
Nice.
Which is pretty. But he also has, I think, in other, like the rotating thing where you can call them up and stick them in. But he's always having to buy them and get them, just like he does in the TV show. That trick arrows ain't cheap. You gotta find somebody to make them for you.
Yeah, there you got to go, or go rustle them up after you shoot them.
Okay, your favorite arrow?
My favorite arrow. So since the boomerang arrow hasn't been in the show yet, I'm going to just disregard that for now. I like the putty arrow. I think that's a lot of fun.
Why I
super
gotta take my putty
versatile.
arrow?
I like the putty arrow. It's super cool.
The
And it's
animation
purple.
on it. The animation on it is so good.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Ego's plant in Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's like he's shooting a blob at people.
Yeah.
I'm going suction cup arrow just because they razz on it, and she's like, "Why would you ever want this bullshit?" And it saves her life. So, since I can't take putty arrow, which brings us to the end of the 12 days of Hawkeye-mas.
Oh, you did it.
I
Finally.
almost did. I said Hawkeye-mas. I
Sure.
didn't get all the way
Whatever.
through it.
Whatever you say.
But we're gonna sing them all when I drink my glass of water here. Now these will be available on our Twitter page and our Instagram page, so you can sing along and regale your friends with this, just like you did with Batmas last year. And so, if you want to do both and sing along, send us a wave video or file, and we'll listen to it. Maybe play it next Christmas
Yeah.
of you singing our favorite songs. And so, KMac and I will sing this now together. You want to count it down, or you want me to count it down?
All right. So 3, 2, 1.
On the
12th
12th
day
day
of
of
Hawkeye-mas
Hawkeye-mas, this Marvel Comics gave
gave
to
to me
me 12
12 arrows
arrows arrowing,
arrowing,
11
11 shows
shows showing,
showing, 10
10
names a
names
nicking,
nicking, 9
9
ladies
ladies costuming,
costuming,
8
8 actors a
actors a voicing,
voicing, 7
7
teams a
teams a
joining,
joining,
6
6
threads a
threads a gear,
gear,
5
5
shitty
shitty
jobs,
jobs,
4
4 dying
dying
hawks,
hawks,
3
3
dead
dead
Bartons,
Bartons,
2
2
crime
crime inventors,
mentors, and a
and a
dog
dog
with
with
a
a
pizza
pizza
slice.
slice. Hooray!
We did
We've
it.
we've made it. Woo! The second half is always longer than the first half. I don't know why. It just
Oh,
works out.
yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's like the numbers get bigger.
I
I don't
know.
know.
It's like it's weird. It's like there's more to talk about.
Okay,
All right.
so if you want to rate your beer on a scale of 1 through 12 days, where are you putting it?
Oh boy. So
Or no,
I
you want to do an arrow? Do you want to do it? No, we already did arrows, but
we already did arrows. Yeah.
yeah.
So let me pick. I'm going to say that if I had to rate my tangerine IPA, I would rate it West Coast Avengers because it has that nice West Coast feel. It's brewed on the West Coast of Florida, which is almost exactly the same as the West Coast of California.
Let's
Right?
go.
West Coast, Best Coast, West Coast, and it's just fun. That's all. It's a fun beer for a fun team, and you can read it any time of day, just like you can drink this beer any time of day.
It's a fun time
It's
for
a
fun beer, fun team,
fun
Moon
team,
Knight, Moon
fun.
Knight, motherfuckers. Well, myself, since we're going individual things, I'm sticking on my boy Tony Parker.
Yeah.
Tony Baker, sorry, Tony Baker. Tony Baker.
Tony Parker Baker.
Tony Parker Baker getting dissed. Tony Baker, you're getting this one. This is hashtag out to you.
Who
The
is
real
Tony
Hawkeye.
Baker? You mean Troy Baker?
Troy Baker, too.
Troy Tony Parker Baker.
Troy Baker, the real Hawkeye. Not Jeremy Renner. Troy Baker, real Hawkeye. Hashtag all the names, Troy Baker. Bringing it back.
Troy Tony Parker Baker. Yes.
I have so many days to worry about.
That's your new name, sir. I'm so sorry, but you are now
We'll,
Troy Tony Parker
we'll just
Baker.
call you the real Hawkeye because you're the Hawkeye of our show until Jeremy Renner proves us different by shooting an arrow. So, to round it out, please sing this song at your family gatherings for the holidays, whatever family gatherings they are. It is comic book and beer oriented, so it spans all celebrations, and we want you to support that and have a good joyous holiday season. If you like this song and want to see what we would do next year, please suggest things at our email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, or on Twitter at CBCO_podcast, or Instagram. It's a picture of what you want 12 days to be next year at comic_books_cold ones on Instagram. Listen to this episode and sing along. Listen to last year's episode, The 12 Days of Batmas. Think about the joy that someday 12 days of Hawkmas, not Hawkeye-mas, will bring you when we do it.
Yeah, it's coming. And there will be a lot of joy. We promise. Hey, everyone, though. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. We know this is a long episode, but we hope you enjoyed it very much. Happy holidays.
Have a joyous holiday season. Bye.